Hello friends and welcome back to Enterprise Architecture. Now, last episode in Vintage Story, we got our copper tools done finally. So we have our copper pickaxe, our prospecting pick, and our copper hammer. So with all three of these tools, we are going to be able to start mining copper more seriously. So today we are going to go on adventures looking for more copper. That's the primary goal, to get as much as we can today. So with no further ado, let's dive right in. Now, I don't expect we're going to get lucky straight away, but we do have copper that we found right here in our own backyard. Ooh, and it looks like a couple of animals got down there too. Hey friends, sorry, it was not my intent for you all to be stuck down here. Here, why don't you run on out while you still can. I'm sorry about that. And oh, looks like straight away we found copper. Now it's poor quality, but at least we found some. That's pretty quick. I mean, literally, I just walked out the door and there's copper. You can't really get much luckier than that. Okay, so not a great haul, 36 chunks, but that's a good starting point. We can remove this from our map now, delete that, and we can start looking for more. I think this is the next chunk that's nearest to us. And we've got some over the mountain here. Copper and quartz. Well, I tell you what, let's go over the mountain here. We'll try and keep away from the bears that I know are over there, and we'll see if we can't get these two nodes real quick. So let's head that way. Okay, we are getting extra lucky. Right here, just on the side of this mountain, right above the house, we've found more copper. Just hanging out, just in the rock, not doing nothing. So that's incredibly lucky for us. I'm struggling to understand all of our good luck at this point, because that is ridiculous that we're finding this much of it this easily. Whoop. Okay, so that is a wonderful sign. This means we are having a good venture here. And who knows, maybe we'll keep getting just as lucky on our copper hunt. Okay, so that's where we thought our copper was, but it doesn't look like there's any copper when I dug down this time. So now we need to get ourselves a couple of more readings, I think. There. And you know what, I should have done this in the last location as well, but we will triangulate here pretty quickly. And let's do this. Okay. Very poor sphalerite, minuscule amounts of copper. But I thought if we dug right underneath where we found it, we should find some vein, right? Isn't that how this is supposed to work? Yeah, there we go. So there's a little bit of copper here. And I'll certainly take a little over none, but it still says poor in this region, so not the best copper we're gonna find. Whoa, okay, this is not good. This is not good. Oh, no. Nope, 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 run, run, run. Ah, too many wolves. Too many wolves. Too many wolves. Whew. Whew. I was literally leaning back in my chair over that one. That was super scary. Can I get you all from here? Yeah, that's right. You better run. Ugh. Well, that was harrowing. Whew. Well, that was my first real battle, and I was woefully underprepared for it, I will admit right now. So this is something we're going to have to keep an eye out for in the future. Oh, and what's that? That looks like a bear up there. Whew. Look at all this. Carnage. Okay, we got a bunch of wolves here. Oh, okay. Well, it looks like there was some massive battle, and we, unfortunately, will just be collecting the spoils of that battle. And what can we trade? We'll get rid of dry grass. We can get plenty of dry grass. And we might have to go ahead and come back here and collect whatever we can later, because I suspect that, yeah, this is crushed. Won't be able to get much from that. Yeah, I think we're going to run out of inventory space here very quick. Let's see, bushmeat. Yeah, we don't need dirt. We can certainly take meat instead. Okay, anything else here? Oof. Oh, is that a puppy? I think that's a puppy. Now I feel kind of bad. Only a little bad, because they were trying to kill me first, but... Alright, so we're going to try and get the last of this coal here, and then head back to base and see if we can't bandage our wounds a little bit with those poultices we found 2-ish episodes ago. Okay, there is a massive thunderstorm because I am hearing it crackle all around me. It's very loud. So we are going to get the heck out of here. Oh, more copper. I wonder, should we stay and try and mine this last little bit? I feel like while we're here, we really should. Shirt. There we go. Okay, let's get this last little bit of copper, and then we are seriously heading back to the house because we are low on food, low on life. We're pretty much in dire straits right now. Okay, we are back at our house, and we are, especially low on food at this point. This is getting pretty dire. Let's go ahead and grab up our food bowl, put that down, and let's get some victuals. Oof, that was rough. Maybe one more serving, huh? Okay, we're gonna take the last serving and put it into our bowl and store that. And then I think it's about time that we cook some food. We've got this raw red meat left. What we really need here is something to go with it. Some vegetables. Carrots. Does that count as a vegetable? Now, while that's going, we actually got a decent amount of native copper here. Let's see what we can get out of chunks. Let's see. Is that how we do it? Yeah, there we go. Okay. Okay, so we got 3 stacks. Oh, you hear that, don't you? Yeah. We have our first strangers somewhere out here. Okay, we might need to seal in our house a little better than we have it right now. This might be something for us to prioritize doing. Yeah, that might be on our list of something to do here, because this is a little scary. Alright. Now, with our huge amount of copper, we can start making a whole bunch of other things. That's almost 4 stacks that we got just out of that single adventure. So, with each of these being, what, about 6 ingots apiece? That's 24 ingots. And we can actually start making some minor improvements there, including things like chests. So that might be where we want to spend our time. Oh, yeah, there you are. There you are. Can I get you in there? Yeah, I can get you through that window, but that means you can probably get me through that window too. Oof, coming in through the side of the wall. There's many of them. That's downright terrifying. Oof. This is definitely the cheaty way to do it, but I'm going to take this over actually having to fight anybody. Okay, we are running out of life here. So let's see here. Let's use our poultices real quick. Oof, and that is not nearly enough to deal with the threat that we have here. Why are there so many of them? They're just swarming the place now. Is there like a rift right here? Is this because of the wolf? I hope this isn't because of the wolf. Yeah, I don't think that's the last we saw of them. Yep, all of that for absolutely nothing. No returns on any of our investment there. Okay, well, it certainly was an adventure. Whatever it happened to have been otherwise, we learned some lessons and got beaten up pretty bad. So tomorrow, I think what we're going to need to do here is definitely go in search of whatever we can find as far as some poultices. I think we can make that with horsetail, so we're going to work on that. Okay, so morning finally broke, and it nearly broke us. That was a rough night. There were a whole lot of those monsters hanging out, waiting for us. It was a bad night. It was a real bad night. Now, we need to go wander into the wasteland a little bit and find ourselves some horsetail to start making our poultices. That's, I think, the main way of making it. Let me just check real quick. Let's see, horsetail. Yeah, we don't have honey or sulfur. So yeah, this is the recipe we need. So if I remember correctly, we found some to the south last time when we were wandering around. How's everybody doing here? Yeah, looks like our garden is still growing. This is all good. Nobody's gotten to that yet. Cow parsley. But we're going to wander around here a little bit and see if we can't find some horsetail in this vicinity, because we are real super low. Ah, there we go. Finally found, well, one piece of horsetail, but hopefully we'll find a bunch more here. I seem to have remembered there being, yeah, a bunch of it in this vicinity if we just look around a little while here. Yeah, okay. So we're going to gather as much of this up as we can and try and recover from our wounds a bit. Okay, so based on what we've already gathered up here, is this the recipe? Yeah, we can make some poultices. Let's make a stack. And let's just go ahead and use as many of these as we can right now. Oof. Yeah, this is taking a lot of healing. We got beaten up very badly last night. Okay, that's good for now. But we're going to keep looking for horsetail. We're going to collect that anytime we see it from now on, because it is unfortunately sad that I didn't know to pick it up previously. Yeah, that was a big mistake on my part. Okay, so we are running out of storage space. Our vessel here for food is completely full. So I think what we're going to do today is melt a bunch more of our copper now that we've got all of this lovely copper in our crucible. And also, I think what we will do is make ourselves a couple more food storage vessels and maybe a couple more of our cooking pots as well, because those work fine for storing multiple meals in one place rather than having to put it in a bowl. So maybe I'll do myself 3 or 4 more storage vessels here. We might start digging ourselves out a cellar as well. If we just break some of this grass here, I think we can just go straight down and put a cellar underneath here. And we will melt down this copper, and maybe we have enough for an anvil now? Yeah, so we need 9 ingots here, and we have enough to make more than that at this point. We can make, well, looks like what each of these is 6 ingots, so 24? That's going to be plenty. So that's where we're going to spend our time. Maybe we'll even make a scythe while we're at it. But for that, we're going to need to make an anvil mold. So I'm going to spend a little while here doing clay crafting to make all of this stuff up, and I will meet you all back here in a second. Okay, so it is getting very, very late, and the rift activity is very, very high, so I'm getting a little worried here. But I finished doing our raw storage vessel, an anvil mold, 4 ingot molds, 4 raw crooks, a falx blade mold, and another raw storage vessel. So we need to load these up. Now, where are our sticks? What do we put in first? Do we put the peat bricks in first? I can never remember how this goes. Yeah, I think this is how we do it. Okay, great. So these need 10 each of grass. Do we have more grass? Yes, we do. Okay, good. And I'm trying to hurry before the monsters start coming after me because it is that time of day. Do we have any in here? Yeah, we do. Okay. Great. Now we need to put our sticks in. Okay, wonderful. Those all... Am I out of sticks? Oh, that's why I'm out of sticks. Okay, we need to cut some more sticks real quick. Please, sticks. Please, stickly. Okay, there we go. Hopefully that will be enough. Okay, good. And then our peat. So these each need 4. I think that's right. And I think this needs 8. Yeah. Okay, great. So those are all done. And now all we have to do is light them. Okay. We are cooking now. Oh, rift activity is very high. It's getting late. We need to get this done and get inside before anyone decides to come and ruin our day. Or our night, I should say. Oh, does this need more peat? This needs more peat. Uh-oh, somebody's ruined our day already. Here we go. Oof. Oh, this is bad. This is real bad. Okay, nothing on you anyway. There we go. Okay, all of our pit kilns are lit. And now we just need to ruin this guy. Okay. Whew. Nothing in there. Oh, somebody else. All right, there's too many of them. Yeah, you all fight each other. And we're going to get inside. Whew. Whew. We will leave them to fight this out. So I'll tell you what, we're going to have a quick sleep. And we'll see if in the morning all of this is much better. Okay, so it's the next morning. Have most of them gone away? No, they're just heading back to the rift over there. There's a rift literally just behind our little tree area that we've set up here. And this is very frustrating. Now, having killed all of that large number of drifters, literally nothing has been given to us. We got 0 drops off of any of that. So that's just, it's annoying more than anything. All right. These are still going. They're still going to be going for a while. So I gotta be honest, the first thing I really want to make is a saw blade so that we can start cutting logs, because I really want to set up our actual garden. Now, the one that we've got isn't that far away. It's just a little inconvenient. I really want to do a deliberate garden. And it looks like all the rabbits are trying to get in here, but yeah, they're not able to eat any of this. My garden brings all the rabbits to the yard, but yeah, it doesn't look like they have eaten a bite. So that's good. I'm trying to think about what the next thing we should really do with today is while we wait for all of this to cook down. I think we could try and get this copper here. And there's blue clay there. We got this one, so we'll delete that. Copper there. This might be interesting because this might be a meteorite of some sort, so we should check that out. And then there's a bunch of copper over here and some tin as well. So this is very copper rich, but I think what we'll do is we'll go up this way today. Maybe we'll get some quartz while we're at it and see how these other fruits are looking as well. Okay, so we came back with a couple of pieces of copper. We've got 1 stack of 64 of pour. We've got 1 stack of 20 of pour. We got 1 medium crystallized and 1 medium chunk. So that's okay. It's not great. Now let's catch up our various items that we have left down here during the day from our pit. And I might just temporarily use these storage vessels for storage of something other than food, just because we have too much junk right now. So let's just drop all of our stuff in here so we can go pick all of that up real quick. But mostly these are going to be used for food storage. So let's see here. We've got our ingot molds. We've got our anvil. Can I pick those up? There you go. Oof. Angry raccoon, is that what I was hearing? Our Crocs. Of course, these are the kind to keep food in, not to wear. And our mold. Is that absolutely everything? I think that's absolutely everything. Okay, so it is the next morning. We have very high rift activity, and as you can hear from the noises outside, we have a bunch of monsters visiting us right now. That is not great. Now, I was also thinking last night that we do have a bunch of copper, but we don't need very much tin from where we are at to actually make the next level of things, bronze. And I remember that somewhere around here, we had a node that had tin in it, which is this one right here. And I thought we had even more somewhere else. We'll have to look around a little bit. But I think we should hike up here, get some tin, because we don't need very much tin to be able to get bronze. So maybe that's what we spend our time doing today, is to go up to that next spot and get as much tin as we can out of this. With that and whatever other copper that we find nearby, we should be able to make a pretty decent dent in our production today of what we need for ingots, for our anvil, all of that sort of stuff. So ideally, if we can do a bronze anvil and maybe even a hammer and a pickaxe, I will feel really good about things. So let's get as far as we can right now. Okay, so here is our hole that we had tin in. That's 1 piece. Still poor, that's not great. Okay, yeah, so that's it. How are we looking? What did we get out of there? 4 chunks of cassiterite, 5 units of tin. Okay, we'll have to see what that turns into once we actually break it down. I don't know all of the amounts well enough to know if that's going to give us enough here. Okay, so we still have a very poor amount of our tin in here, the cassiterite. Way less than we actually want, I think, but still maybe enough to get us over the hump. It's also getting very late, and that's kind of problematic. Our inventory is now pretty full, and I'm worried about us being able to get back before the monsters start spawning. It is a very high rift day, and that's not good for anyone involved here. Okay, is that everything that's in here? I think that's everything that's in here. All right, great. So let's go ahead and take our samples. Good to know. There's that. And there's that. Okay. Lots of pentlandite, which I don't even know what that is, but we're going to have to figure it out pretty soon. Very poor magnetite, trace samples of other stuff. Okay. All right, so we're gonna put this here, and maybe we'll put another one on top of it, since we're out of loose blocks, like that. Okay, and hopefully we can remember that that tin was here. Uh-oh, I am running out of food. I'm hungry. Luckily, we found a whole mess of berries on the way here. So we're gonna eat those up and head back to base. So many bunnies! Why are there so many bunnies? You know what? I need to probably make myself a bunny trap there. That might be a pragmatic thing to do. Now, we picked up so many bushes here, so we're going to continue to expand our bush empire a little bit. As far as we can. And these are just mixed bushes right now, whatever types we picked up. But I'm going to go ahead and plant them anyway. Oh, and we can double height these. Let's do that. There we go. And red currants as well. I also found some white currants, but I couldn't pick them up because I was already full up on inventory. Okay, great. And these, it looks like, are getting ready to flourish. The ones we first put down on basically our first day. So that's good. And how are our fruit trees doing? Can't tell if these are going to take yet or not. Still too soon to tell, but I would really love it if our fruit trees also grew, because then we'd have lots and lots of fruit. Okay, wonderful. Our trees that we planted, though, these saplings, these seem to have sprung up. These are new. Okay. Okay, let's check our haul. We have poor cassiterite only today, so 45 nuggets. That's pretty good, actually. That'll give us 2 ingots of tin, and I think that's more than what we actually need for what we want to make here. Let me put this with the... Is that... Yeah, that's the rest of the cassiterite. Okay, that's a decent amount. I think, in theory, that means that we can make as much as we actually want in our crucible. Let's see if we can figure that out. So where did we put the rest of our copper? All right, so we want a minimum of 9 ingots of bronze. So let's see if we can figure out the recipe for that. So 9 ingots of bronze. Where did I put the cassiterite down? Did I just drop that into the container? Did you all just see me drop it into a container that I shouldn't? Oh, and I forgot. We got a bunch more yesterday, didn't we? A whole bunch more. All right, well, let's smash this while we're at it too, right? So this is poor. This is medium. That's a poor chunk. Okay. And then we have just this one piece of crystallized medium. Okay, not much there, but that is a lot. Okay. Oh, there's why. I put it into the wrong container. All right, that's fine. That is fine. There you go. All right. So if we need 9 ingots of bronze, this should tell us how much we need of that. So 9 ingots of bronze, we need 10% of that needs to be tin. Okay, well, math is hard, but this seems to be the right ratio, I think. Some of you are probably screaming that this is not how I need to be doing it, but I'm just going to do it the easy way. I think it's 10 ingots that we're going to be making all together, and I'll use the extra one to make ourselves a hammerhead, I guess, so that we can smash out the iron once we get it. So we're just going to do that. Please ignore all of the groaning in the background. They're just very, very excited tonight, I guess. Okay, so that requires a suitable heat source, which means we need to grab our charcoal. So let's give this, I don't know, how many does it take to heat up all of this? Let's start with 8, and we'll see how far that gets us. Okay, there we go. It is lit. We're just going to keep an eye on that, and hopefully that will smelt down relatively quickly here. And where's our other mold? Let's just grab that up real quick for our hammer. Okay, great. And we'll put this down right where that bowl is once I clear out some room. Okay, there we have our crucible ready to go. We're going to pick that up, and we're going to fill our anvil mold with it. Slowly but surely. Oh yeah, the friends outside are super happy to see us. Okay, and then the remaining amount goes into our hammer mold, just like that. Now let's strike while the iron is hot here, or at least while the fire is hot, and we're gonna go ahead and melt down the rest of our copper as well here. Not the rest, but at least let's do 6 more of those, and we'll start to make some ingots with it as well, because we're gonna need to hammer that out. Actually, maybe we do more than 6. Maybe we do double that even. Actually, I went back and I took half of it out because there's no way that I can use that many ingots. I don't have enough things to put them in. So that was a mistake on my part. We're just gonna make the 4 here, and we'll make a falx with it, and then we'll also make a pickaxe. And that's gonna be all we can do because we didn't make enough ingot molds yet for this. So we're gonna start there. Okay, there we go. And while that's going, we're going to take out that last piece of charcoal and put in some peat because we want to keep it cool. Or excuse me, we want to keep it hot so that we can cook ourselves up some food, but we don't need to keep it that hot. Now, I'm going to make another pickaxe head because we're about to run out on our current pickaxe. And then the rest of this we're just going to make into ingots that we can work on the anvil at some point in the near future. Whoop. There we go, and this should be the last of it. Okay, wonderful. You can set that down there. And now, into our stove, we're gonna put our cooking, and what are we gonna make today? Let's see here. Well, it looks like we've got a bunch of rye, and we've got some flax. Let's start with the rye. Let's do 8 servings of rye, and then what needs to be cooked immediately? These currants need to go, and these cranberries need to go. So let's cook those up immediately. Okay, so half in each of there and there. So that should give us not the most nutritious meal we've ever had, but at least it'll be some food, and it'll be using up some of our ingredients that are about to go bad anyway. And we are running low on cooked food. So we'll do that. Okay, stew is done. So let's go ahead and put this down right here. And let's grab ourselves a bowl, and we're gonna go ahead and have a serving of that right away here. Whoop, that's not what I wanted to do at all. That's the opposite of what I wanted to do. There we go, a nice filling serving of food. We'll grab up that container. And you know what, we could just go ahead and put this in our crock. How long is this going to last for otherwise? Perishable, it doesn't say. So back over here, I think we have a crock. Let's put that in there. and put the crock on the ground here. And I think we can put this in there. Oh, does it have to go the other way around? Let's do this the other way around. Crock there. And in theory, I think that's supposed to store that for a little while longer. Okay, looking pretty good. So that should be done. Our anvil is done. And our hammerhead is done. So we can pair that up with some sticks. Ah, and now we have an upgraded hammer. Wonderful. Put our other hammer down here. Man, these noises are really, really annoying. That's just super annoying. And the last thing I think we're gonna do here for the day, for this episode at least, is start making a little bit of our fire clay bricks. So that's our fire clay. Oh, we can't put it down there. We're gonna put it down here. And where are those bricks? There we go. So fire clay bricks are desperately needed by us so that we can make the bloomery for our iron. So that's the next thing that we are going to want to be doing here. So let's just move that out of the way. Put this together real quick. And we're going to do a couple of stacks of these real fast while we wait for the monsters to recede and start the next tasks for today. Okay, so we made ourselves 32 bricks to start. That's a good starting point. Not quite where we need to be, but pretty close. And then I lied. The one last thing I do want to do here is make myself a bunch of cobblestone so I can get started on my forge. Now, my forge, I believe, just needs 7 of these. So we're going to go ahead and make ourselves, I guess, 14, just so we have enough for 2. And then let's go ahead and make that in our crafting inventory. We'll go ahead and make 2 while we're at it. Perfect. And now we have forges. Excellent. So we can use these to start heating up our ingots here and start our whole smithing process. So we got a lot done today. We certainly made a decent amount of copper stuff today. We got bronze unlocked, so we basically leapfrogged right ahead to tier 3. So I feel really good about that. We still need to make a bronze pickaxe. That's the one thing we are missing here. So I might go ahead and get started on that in the next episode, along with all of the other things we need to do here to start just making this will be a little bit more of a house rather than just a dirt shack. So thanks again for watching Enterprise Architecture, and we'll see you back here next time. Bye, friends.